Hey guys, Panz here. I've been having a lot of fun with Ratropolis lately. One of the most common questions for people when they come into the channel, they'll ask me, how do I get to achieve this achievement? And it'll be related to one of the story event achievements. There's 6 of them where you've got to see, it basically says, witness this event and get the achievement. They all occur after you beat wave 27, so you need at least 6 different runs to get through all those achievements. Usually someone will answer the question with, oh, you have to make this choice and make this choice and make this choice. And sometimes someone else will be like, no, you make this choice and that leads to this choice. Kind of both right. That is one way you can do it, or 2 ways, sometimes 3 ways. But with all the choices, there's 72 different paths and there's 6 endings. So that's 12 paths for each choice. So you're not stuck into taking some of the early bad decisions. Some people are sort of looking at paths saying they keep trying, but they just can't do it because the choices are too bad. Well, you can make better choices and still get to that ending, which is great. For people that aren't totally familiar, the first event card comes up after wave 4. This will always be this card, and it automatically pops up, so you don't have to click on anyone somewhere, and it pauses the game and you get to choose. There is an event card that pops up after wave 3 before this. It's unrelated. So this will always be the first card, and the 3 choices will lead to 3 specific cards that will show up after wave 9. They're all a Scout's Demand. They all have the same flavor text next to the portrait above the choices. Despite being formatted slightly differently, it does have the same story about his retrograded Vance. There are not 9 different choices though. Some of them are the same, some of them are different, but they don't lead to the same one. So the arrest this coward option on this 3rd card is not the same, does not lead the same card as this arrest this coward. So you can, depending how you get there, take that and end up with one of the 6 different stories. The starter story cards will appear after wave 14, depending which option you took. And they are 6 different storylines. Some of them you can get to, like I said, appear twice. Others only appear once. Depending which pathway you took. And when you beat the wave 20 boss, whether it be in the forest, the weasel on the boar that charges and does 200 damage to your front fence, or in the desert, the Egyptian guy being carried by his minions, the triumph will pop up. And depending what option you take, that will lead you to towards the conclusion of the story. There's again 6 different triumph cards with slightly different options. The first 2 I've got here both have no, I only carry out the will of the people. You'll get a 20 Ratters bonus, and your redraw time will be reduced by 3 seconds. This always leads to what I've listed as the Civic Demands B card, whereas the Let Me Prepare a List always goes to Strange Encounter A. However, if you'd taken a slightly different journey, you could get this card, which they look pretty similar. They've both got the same top option, but you'll notice they've got a different bottom option. The I'll try to do them a favor leads to Civic Demands A. Right, so depending what option you take will always lead you to a specific card. Now those cards will show up after wave 23, and pretty much this one takes you to your ending choice, where a sacrifice for worth for progress will always take you to Rules of Rats, and the I Will Cease will always take you to the Be Faithful role. So there are only 6 of these cards. So in this one, the Strange Encounter, you will always get the option to go to the Be Faithful card, but you'll have a different top option. So from these 2 cards, there's 3 different endings you can get to. Now the endings show up after wave 27. This is when you get the achievement. As soon as this card pops up, you've got the achievement. So just take whatever result will help you win your run. That's a lot of information to take in. I've done up a spreadsheet. Back at the start. That shows all the progression. This is a basic outline. It's got the details. I like to use this one first to kick me off on where I'm going until I get to sort of the wave 14. Can you see that wave 14 one? So it just sort of goes, if you take from Cry of Widows, the Condolences, remove a card, you'll go into the Scouts Demands A. There's your 3 choices and the 3 storylines they'll go to. So you can just find a storyline. It gets a bit hard to follow from this perspective though here. So usually around here, I'll swap to the big list. It's pretty extensive. And you can see why you don't want to follow it from the start. The choices are just too high. So usually if I find out that I'm going to follow let's go with a new order storyline. I'll zoom right into that one then and just follow it from here. The achievements are listed on the left and the right. You can't see them, they're off the screen at the moment. So you can follow this through, which path you want to take, and see what achievements are still available as long as you're staying in those choices. So let's keep it, Life of Bureaucrat, Old Rat's Wisdom, and Life of Bureaucrat again in the top half. Game of Thrones, Old Rat's Wisdom twice, and Life of Bureaucrat in the bottom half. So a couple of the achievements, Time to Pray is not in this section. You would have had to take the previous different choice. So you just follow that through. Nice and simple. That's about it, really. Thanks very much. If you like the content, please hit the subscribe button. Maybe come follow me on Twitter, or pop in and follow me on Twitch, sorry. Pop in and say hello while I'm streaming. You can always ask some questions there. And maybe I'll get some more of this type of stuff for some of the other strategy games we play along the way. Thanks very much.